History is about to be made. Palantir has been waiting for this for 4 years, and they're about to break the tech industry. In the next 24 hours, investors could be facing a huge payday, and the whole world is watching. But what am I talking about? Well, let me explain. Disclaimer. It's rare when shareholders get a second chance to ride on a stock before it flies. But for fans of Palantir, this just happened to them. And this time, investors can even double the growth of Palantir. How is this even possible? Is this even legal? Well, yes. And here's how they do it. Today, Granite Shares, known for its high-conviction ETFs, announced the addition of 3 new single-stock ETFs to its lineup. For those who aren't familiar with high-conviction ETFs, these are just ETFs that concentrate on companies where the fund managers expect significant growth or potential. This high conviction means they are confident in their choices, aiming for higher returns by betting on a few key players rather than diversifying too much. Basically, high-conviction ETFs are for those who have a really high-risk appetite that also want double the wins. But here's what's exciting. One of these ETFs will focus only on Palantir, tracking its stock movement by 2 times. This means that if Palantir's stock rises by 1%, the ETF will deliver a 2% gain. But there's a huge downside to this. And this can even drive people to lose a huge amount of money. Why, you ask? Well, if Palantir drops by 1%, the ETF will also see a 2% loss. The key benefit of this kind of ETF is that it allows investors to potentially double their returns without needing to invest twice the money or engage in complex strategies like margin trading. For those who are confident in Palantir's future and anticipate strong growth, this 2x leverage offers a chance to amplify their profits quickly. It can be particularly appealing for short-term traders who want to take advantage of fast movements in the stock price and don't mind the daily volatility. But, as I mentioned earlier, there's always risk. Since the ETF will suffer twice the losses if Palantir's stock has a bad day, this can lead to quick, significant reductions in investments, especially during periods of high volatility. One has to have high hopes in Palantir if they want to invest in this ETF. Over longer periods, the compounding effect of these daily moves can become unpredictable. So, while the ETF gives you a chance to magnify your profits, it also means taking on more risk and needing to carefully monitor your investment to avoid large losses. What do you think of this? Let us hear your thoughts below. The ETF mentioned earlier will certainly break the investment world, but there's something that's even crazier than this. They just released this ETF right before the potential S&P 500 listing of Palantir this coming Friday. The release of this Palantir ETF right before the potential listing of Palantir on the S&P 500 is pretty wild timing. After all, the S&P 500 is one of the most closely watched stock indexes in the world, and being added to it would mean a huge influx of attention, as many institutional investors and funds track the S&P 500 and automatically invest in its listed companies. So, if Palantir is added, demand for its shares could skyrocket. Now, with this ETF that doubles the movement of Palantir already in place, it offers traders a way to magnify their bets on Palantir during this potentially massive moment. And this also means that if Palantir does get listed and its stock price jumps, those holding the ETF would see their gains double. It's almost like Granite Shares is giving traders a high-octane tool to ride the wave of what could be a major event for Palantir. How do you feel about this? We'd love to hear your opinion below. Palantir's potential listing on the S&P 500 has been a source of excitement for a long time. Ever since their IPO 4 years ago, there have been constant rumors about when they would finally make it onto the prestigious index. But now, it looks like it might actually happen. Palantir has already met all the necessary requirements to get listed on the S&P 500, which is why there's so much buzz surrounding them right now. A lot of eyes are watching closely to see how Palantir's stock will move. With the possibility of being added to such a significant index, investors and institutions have been eager to get their hands on Palantir shares, positioning themselves for what could be a big moment. As you may have noticed, Palantir's movement in the past few days has also been going a bit sideways and has never left the $30 mark. This could also be an indicator that people are anxiously waiting for something huge in Palantir. So, will they be able to do it? Are they going to get listed on the S&P 500? Well, no one can ever predict this. But here's something huge. Aside from the fact that Palantir has met all the requirements to get listed, They also have partnered with several S&P 500 companies, which they helped grow and be more efficient and profitable. As a user on X shared, this is equally important to know, as this is an indicator of Palantir's strength. So, who have they partnered with? One example of these S&P 500 companies include Amazon. Palantir's partnership with Amazon Web Services has helped companies in industries like healthcare and logistics improve their data management and operational efficiency. AWS's infrastructure, paired with Palantir's analytics, allows companies to handle large amounts of data more effectively, boosting performance and enabling more data-driven decisions. Another company that benefited directly from Palantir's AI expertise is IBM. Palantir has worked closely with IBM to integrate its AI-driven software with IBM's existing cloud infrastructure. By using Palantir's data analysis tools, IBM has been able to streamline its operations and optimize decision-making. Palantir is excellent in bringing out the best in these huge companies, and they're able to improve their product offerings for clients, particularly in fields like cybersecurity and cloud solutions. How do you feel about this? We'd love to read your thoughts. But here's what's interesting. Palantir's partnerships with major S&P 500 companies highlight its skill in making real improvements in complex industries. These collaborations showcase how Palantir's technology can address difficult challenges and deliver meaningful results for some of the biggest names in the business world. But really think about it. Having the ability to make S&P 500 companies more profitable and efficient could be an attribute of a company that belongs to the list. Since their inception, Palantir has worked with companies in sectors like finance, healthcare, and energy. They help them manage vast amounts of data, streamline their operations, and make better decisions. Their technology has proven to be effective in these high-stakes environments, demonstrating that Palantir can handle large-scale and intricate problems. And what's more is that they're the only company in the world that can do this at the level that they're operating. So, whether or not they get listed, Palantir is on a good path. They're an essential company in the tech sphere, and they're probably going to be at the top for a long time. Remember, when Palantir partners with these giants, it's not just about providing a service. It's about transforming the way these companies operate and achieve their goals. This impressive track record is a strong indicator of Palantir's value. It's like having a top-performing student who consistently delivers high grades and impressive projects. The student earns respect and recognition from their peers and teachers. Do you remember these types of students in your class? Similarly, Palantir's success with leading corporations helps build its reputation as a reliable and influential player in the tech world. Palantir's work with S&P 500 companies shows it has the capability to stand among these industry leaders. And this isn't an easy feat. By proving its technology can enhance operations for such prominent firms, Palantir makes a strong case for its own place on the S&P 500. And they just might make it. In essence, Palantir's achievements with these major corporations illustrate its ability to drive substantial improvements and innovation. This proven success is a key factor in its potential inclusion in the S&P 500, underscoring the company's role as a significant and credible player in the global market. But what do you think about this? Let us hear your thoughts below. If you are curious to find more, then make sure to click on one of the videos you see on the screen. And with that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, please like this video, and don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section. This really helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Also, please share this video with as many people as possible. Let's get this news out there.